Thankful, an easy target, and so too will Vakash be. They walk into the pit, but they will not be walking out. 6-3 for Vitality. And again, perhaps that round loss was just a blip on the radar. They've dealt with everything masterfully.
Yeah, even getting down to the last few seconds, I was very nervous when I think you see Kayak running through all of that utility.
If he runs in and drops the spike,
yeah,
the round's over. You've got 4 players on site, round's over.
I do think, though, we are getting to a point where we're going to see the most judge kills in a match of EMEA. Like, it's already getting out of hand.
It's a little wild. This is what we warned about in this meta. The neon is insane. Again, though, props to Chronicle, just looking back at that last round.
Yo, late as always, हगासों में बोला था first map के बाद आऊँगा, जल्दी आया उससे तो.
Which could have led to the round loss. Instead, he's the one to interrupt what could have been the round-winning play.
Yo, I'm back.
If I can get out of here, no problem.
Let us go! Banger game, baby!
This is really the difficult decision. How much space do you want to push into? No.
Late for real, laugh दूंगा भाई.
They're likely grouped up.
यार.
And them taking you down as a free weapon back in their hands, swapping positions.
क्या सीन हो रहा है? Fnatic हार रही है.
Deep space towards screens, but they need to launch into.
Khelraay भाई live आया. Khelraay भाई बोले थे live आएंगे. बेशरम.
An extra control would be nice.
Okay,
वे डिफ्यूज हो रहा है. Half हो गया. Oh, nice one. Vakash with a shotgun, with a pistol. Bro, why would he peek like that? कौन मचा रहा है? कौन मचा रहा है चैट? कौन मचा रहा है? कोई देख रहा है मैच पहले से कि नहीं?
And had to regress back through the screens.
Yeah, that's the problem, right? Like, you see so many players in screens. That's great if you can keep pushing, if you can get into heaven. But I mean, again, we see the problem here. You're
Shots,
getting
bhai.
side is one thing, but when that diffuse is tapped, you're forced into this fight.
डर का मचा रहा है. मैं तो आपका इंतजार कर रहा था. Sorry, baby, I'm back.
That's not a favorable fight for anyone to take. And now, Fnatic get another round on the board, chipping away at that lead from Vitality. 2 in it, and a tie still possible at halftime. Credits put into this by both sides, but it's Vitality who are starting to run a little bit low on a few players. Even still, they've gone for the op on Durka.
Yeah.
A bit of a different play style. I hope this isn't going to be used as a shotgun.
It's a completely different look.
Oh my God, Durka आज टोपी पहना है. अच्छा नहीं, last time भी पहना था.
So he's just waiting to fire that snake button, basically to deny the judge.
Fnatic defending.
Not ready for it. Again though,
attacking off Durka भाई निकाले, वो भी नहीं on पे.
Pressure on B main, immediate pressure on A main. They're trying to
let us go.
Of positions that, well, basically to counter the fact they've completely lost mid.
Yeah, I mean, it's such a key piece of the map. It's why you see Vitality gearing up so quickly to take down the Viper's pit earlier on from Fnatic there. You control mid, you control the map, and for Vitality, they have gained it and a man advantage. Utility thrown out by Yumpy. Those steps will be heard, though, as he moves back and runs down through water. Does Kayak think it's a fake? No. The call already made. Crashies on the rotate. The B site will be reinforced if they wait a little bit longer, but Vitality.
Oh, क्या movements, bhai.
Alpha to be found on the back, but he lands one and a second. Holding his ground as backup arrives, swinging in for more. Alpha's hungry, and he was eating good for a moment. Kayak. Oh,
what a shot!
He's found him. The plant of
1v2.
Wonderful round from Alpha, yeah.
Alpha Pasha!
He had some supportive utility to help him out along the way, but these are the moments that he has been bringing throughout the first game of Stage 1. And it seems like someone they're desperately going to need in this series, because the lead, again, it was pretty decent at the start. But just getting rid of that player.
भाई क्या खेला है डरका भाई.
Second opener, but it's just Alpha, a turret at the back of the site.
Durka played well, bro.
Using some sort of auto aim because just doesn't miss from those moments.
And we heard it on the desk earlier. Many said, and rightfully so, Alpha last year
like
possibly the best player in the world. If he wasn't in the conversation for it, then you haven't watched a lot of Valorant. But this year he hasn't been able to hit that same stride. The kickoff curse wearing off. That was certainly a glimpse into the ceiling we've seen him reach many times in the past. Now aggression towards this B site, slow to follow up on the
bro, no way Profect fell for that.
Isolated. Now when they burst
Profect fell for that, no way.
Stalling and stopping the
hell no.
With
ब्रो जैसे मैं आया Fnatic कमबैक करने लगी, ये क्या सीन है भाई? छी
Yeah, for sure. A decent turnaround, leveling things up, and we've seen them have strong sides on either of this map.
छी बे
The question will be going forward is
कैसा मरा वो
who
देखे
is
तुम लोग?
going to be the
अबे
one to be
यार
able to take it. We'll find out after the break.
No way bro, no way. हज भाई साथ में लक लेकर आए। छी Fnatic को जिताने के लिए लक। हट मजाक 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 मजाक। हज भाई आपका माउस ग्रिप डिटेल में बताओ प्लीज। तो बता रहा मेरा माउस ग्रिप ऐसा पकड़ता है मैं और ऐसा। और अभी रिसेंटली ऐसा ज्यादा पकड़ने लग गया हूं क्योंकि मैं स्क्रॉल व्हील पे जंप ज्यादा करता हूं। तो कल तो डेंजर मैचेस है, मैं कल गायब हूँ भाई। कल से आई वोंट बी स्ट्रीमिंग चैट सैडली, सॉरी नो स्ट्रीम फॉर फ्यू डेज। गाँव जा रहा हूँ। I'll miss you guys, I'll miss you guys, I'll miss you guys so much.
Well, it's already looking like a more competitive matchup than what we saw over in kickoff, where Fnatic won dominantly. But Durka, the man who used to be under that banner, he has come in with a vengeance today. What a start from him. Running with the judge, finding that
What the
off-pick as well,
hell?
mixing it up towards the end. I feel like this matchup's a bit personal for him.
Yeah, but to be honest, it felt like the one last week.
Vlog नहीं करूँगा दोस्तों।
I think he's just thriving on the neon. It's something we talked about was, does he have that sort of depth of agent? Is he going to be coming in on this neon, frying as hard as, well, everybody would like to see him?
IRL vlogs
The
नहीं।
fact is though, even with him going 17
वीडियोस
and 9
आएंगी,
in this half,
दो
they
वीडियोस
did
अपनी
equal.
lined up है,
Fnatic
वो
managed
आएंगी,
to grind
sorry।
those rounds back and win a couple of close ones. I mean, now look to see going into that second half. Well, if this vitality split is going to be a little different, because Mini was talking about on the desk again that
जल्दी आना भाई, yes जल्दी आऊँगा।
it feels like Fnatic needs to win this one.
Fnatic on attack। काजू भाई एड भगाएंगे क्या? चलो। Whoa! Whoa!
The pistol, asserting his dominance.
Danger neon man.
Towards heaven, they have to back out on that defensive side. Vitality conceding the space, but they look to quickly get back.
अरे रे 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 क्या मार रही Fnatic? क्या मार रही?
Perfect stands alone against a sea of red. It looks like the lead back into the hands of Fnatic.
कब आओगे गांव से? नहीं पता यार एग्जैक्ट डेट भाइयों। कुछ यात्रा है हमारी, फिर उसके बाद में कुछ काम होगा, तो वो काम होने के बाद ही आऊँगा मैं। तो वो काम कितना दिन चलेगा वो मुझे पता नहीं।
He's going to end up being closed out. An in-zone flawless for Fnatic, taking themselves that second pistol round at that. Getting themselves back.
याद आएगी जस्सी।
It was the buy rounds where we saw those comebacks, but these are the sort of moments I like to see from this squad, because we've been wanting for a while, even though we know Alpha Air as a Sentinel player is incredible. I think his Vice at kickoff was also something to really enjoy. Yeah. You put them two running at people together.
अबे कहाँ से तूने कुछ किया नहीं?
The other side of things, it's like, sure, Sayonara, we're yet to really see much of his duelist. It was definitely highly anticipated. I think especially if we get a Phoenix.
वो Sayonara duelist खेल रहा है।
Really excited. So far his raise has been a
उस
little
दिन
bit
वाइपर
lackluster.
देखा ना उसका? हाँ। Whoa, 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 whoa. No, एक भी नहीं मार पाया Perfect. Oh! No way. No way.
Right on the kayak, damage done already. It was the low HP player, the one caught up by the spam.
No way. डर का?
This could become a cost.
1 HP पे.
If much more is found.
Oh shit! Oh, he got him.
But now clearing that Bucky on 1 HP.
He at least got one. That's nice.
Yuppie spotted up top.
जाने से पहले एक लंबी स्ट्रीम, यही लास्ट स्ट्रीम है मेरे भाई, और ये भी मेरे को आई गेस एक ही मैच करूंगा मैं, देखते हैं.
Dangerous, but not a shot fired before he's put in the ground. 8-6, and
Fasha!
another strong start in the early half.
Yeah, lead extended. Probably a little bit more
भाई
extended.
Fnatic जीत रही है क्या? भाई जा इससे आया Fnatic जीतने लग गई.
They may have liked. I believe they managed to retrieve the third rifle, so shouldn't be anything too bad. But these are the moments now where we get to see if Vitality are going to climb back into things again. My worry is setting up Durka on that attack side, putting your utility in and sending him first. I can see that working. On
लगाओ
defense,
Satara.
they kind of can just avoid him if he's the only one popping off.
Well, that's where you're going to keep changing the playbook, keep them guessing. For Vitality, moving towards the B side, 4 players there early, leaving Chronicle passive, but now he's surrounded. Fnatic.
Damn.
They have a chance to pounce on him, but they don't quite know it. The site wide open, and let's see what they make of this situation.
Oh my god! Bro, Kaju का round था वो. What a spam.
Give me some now. I have my ulti, okay? On if they try to retake, I'm gonna scare them.
I have
with my ulti.
I have BEP now.
I will just ulti and don't do anything.
I have a smoke for heaven in a sec, boys.
Is this elbow? I'm just gonna ult now to make them scared.
Spawn,
One heaven, one spawn.
two spawn Alfie, two spawn Alfie.
It's fine, it's fine, it's fine.
I'm gonna smoke heaven, Austin. We might have to
So you got it up?
together.
I'm
Just spawn together.
Just plant a default, boys, so
You're coming out now.
Nothing,
I have a single.
nothing ramp.
I'm gonna flash out spawn. Out, elbow.
I got spammed.
Yo, crashes.
The old bottom time, it's ticking
Easy
away,
round,
and the numbers
easy.
of Vitality
Bonus
falling.
निकाले.
Well handled here from the attack side. Good calls from Alpha. And the pumping of the brakes has somehow gotten
Bonus
them to the
निकाले
top.
भाई.
Well done. 9-6 now. And after Vitality clawing back into the game, getting into the lead, now they're starting to stall out.
That's crazy.
You can always, it's always nice
That's
to see
crazy.
the sort of theory of when that showstopper is used just for time. Like, you can normally guess when he's doing it, he doesn't push forward, but it is the plan the entire time from Alpha. It's like, okay, I'm going to use this, I'm not going to go in, I'm not going to risk my life, I'm not going to risk the time or anything, giving them a way back in. I just want them to sit there for a
Hello,
bit.
Flame
because they
Guster.
can't risk doing anything
Skin,
while I have
please,
this ultimate online.
no.
And then they have to rush things. They have to move that a little bit quicker. And then a bonus round like that,
Thank you so much,
such a huge
bye.
ultimate to have online. And now a chance to really extend that lead to a point of maybe even no return.
Yeah, it's always nice to see those pieces of utility that you have your lower level opinion of it of how good was it? Well, that comes down to how many people did you kill? And then
That
you have
won't
the higher
show up
level
on your
of-
ACS.
Exactly. It won't show up in any stat. It probably looks bad on the
इको आ
stats
गया.
because you'll just
भाई
see
मेरे को लगा यार क्लोज गेम होगा, जैसे मैं आ गया वाइटैलिटी वन साइडेड आ रही है यार, ये तो गलत है पाशा.
much higher indeed. Fnatic come into this round with a huge advantage, leveraged here by Vakaj to get an easy double opener against the Pistols. As they looked for information, they found it, but at a heavy cost. Vitality locked out of the A site now as the plant is soon to come in. The man who is dogging is the one going for the plant, but he'll grab himself an orb along the way. And while they delay, Vakaj is lighting up targets downrange.
Enemy remaining.
All right, he's going to try and get as close to that Viper's pit, but still a fair few orbs away.
One from Seekers, though, for the next round. That could be very useful.
Sayonara. Dying to the spike might not necessarily be a bad thing. Picked
Oh
up the
my
sheriff.
god.
No, he's
नाचने
not.
लग गया
As you
मुंह
said,
पे.
looking
क्योंकि तू
for
पनौती है, चुप हो जा.
online and an in-zone flawless to boot. Fnatic looking very good on this attack side start.
Yeah, props to
Time out आ गया Vitality का, very important time out. अभी buy round है.
Once it gets his buddy in orb,
भाई एम पे ही मार रही है भाई Fnatic मजबूत.
it doesn't matter. A timeout called by Vitality this game. It was in close contention at the half. Has started to slip away on the defense. There is always time for them to come back into it, and we saw that from Fnatic as well. Keep in mind they were 5
Sayonara की हेड भगा रहे यार.
at one stage. and
गाँव
ended
कब
up
जा रहे हो?
backing
कल
down.
9:30 बजे.
Vitality have to come up with answers, so it's time to touch base with Coach Powell.
I don't think
क्या
it's
है गाँव
definitely
में
necessary.
यात्रा?
The fact that you're seeing Durka 20 and 13 and the next highest kills on the board are 7. We talked about this being a star-studded roster of players who are everybody performing, everybody on the line, no less than of course.
Oh,
out
bhai.
there. And I think one of the
ये
most
replay
exciting
मजबूत
talking
दिखा रहे
points
बे.
going into this sort of
Time out,
meta
time out में.
is okay, we saw a lot of teams switch early at kickoff and make those moves. They're the ones that made it to the international events. You talk about your BBL, your mates. We didn't really see Fnatic do it so much. They're
Pacific
still
का watch
lacking
party नहीं कर
having
पाऊंगा भाई.
That Senti for Alfie, and now he is leaning into those duelists. We saw him on the waylay, Mitch, and he was absolutely cracked.
Oh yeah, without a
येणार
doubt. I mean, he
कधी
is
माहित
hunting for that form that he
नाही.
found towards the end of last
हमारी
year.
यात्रा होती है 10-11 तारीख को,
Right now,
10 और 11
it's been a
तारीख को.
good few
उसके
rounds
बाद
shown
अभी
from him, from Fnatic overall. A well-rounded show.
आगे और
in
काम है
map
थोड़ा,
number one.
वो काम कब
It's
खत्म
not
होगा
over
वो
yet.
पता नहीं.
3 rounds
But
away
mostly
from locking in
13-14
that
तारीख को.
1-0 and taking another step in the, well, following the footsteps of history. This organization always helmed by Boaster. They always find the victory. But the defense, a big test. Timeout just called. Op in for Sayonara, but it's on the B side. Players with the rifles, the ones to hold the line, already vent control for Chronicle. If Alpha drops down there, he's a dead man walking, but if he's patient enough, he might just catch Chronicle on the way back through. They've got them surrounded on the defense. But it depends on who makes a move. Paranoia is being lined up as we speak. It's going to be fired in by
What
Chronicle,
a
but it dies
flash!
from Durka. Nicely done. And they
Spike
don't
अभी
keep pushing
confused है
either.
भाई.
They don't give Fnatic the
Spike
chance
confused है.
to
I guess वो
snatch
लोग
back
B
those
heaven जाने
kills.
का fake करेंगे. Never mind.
I was a little worried for a second that if Chronicle
Yeah, I
gets
guess
pinched,
उन लोग को fake ही करना
could be
चाहिए.
a quick bait back. And actually,
Chronicle का
they still-
position,
they still
oh, he
get
still
confidence
gets
to
one.
jump
Oh
from
my
back edge.
god.
That's enough for him to lose his life. Now there really isn't a way back.
Leon ने ult किया और वो लोग की फट गई है. What a pick! What a pick by Profek. Oh my god, Kron! Wow! खड़ा हो गया साला. What a gameplay!
Last week, right? Kron had his tied lowest performance
A bit of a stink.
ever, which was a real surprise considering they won. But
Dominantly.
he dominantly indeed, which I think does point towards why that would happen. He wasn't needed as much in that sense. But there were a lot of duels that we wanted to see him hit this for.
Nice, Timo!
That was a nice little spray as well. Like you
Yo,
said,
you're
going
not
from
streaming,
the
baby?
dog straight into the headshot. They
I'm
thought
on,
they had him
baby.
with
I was
that.
waiting for you.
He's quickly trigger.
Bro, तुमने miss किया भाई एक
notes on
अच्छा
Fnatic
था.
side, but
हाँ, मतलब
when he hits
6-4
those
के बाद
shots,
देख
there's
रहा हूँ
not
मैं.
much you can do.
Oh, 6-4 के बाद से देख रहे
Yes.
हो. Nice.
Into
डर का game.
operator, not something we've seen from him just
हाँ, अभी
yet.
Kron ने क्या मारा भारी?
As well,
हाँ ना,
now
वो कैसा
wonderful.
घुमड़ तोड़ते
We
तोड़ते
mentioned
spread out.
Alfia in his form, and taking him out early has always been helpful. The thing is, though, there's been so many players performing on this Fnatic side. Kayak not going to overstay his welcome as they do look to put that pressure down mid. Flash through will be heard, and Chronicle's just committed himself to the vents, not wanting to overface in middle.
I like what Vitality did, delaying the reveal until the Viper wall's down on the other side, guaranteeing them the information. Right now,
Sayonara.
they know there was one outside A main. But they're keen to take control over mid rather than force that issue, and it's the right play. We'll get them here early to back up the site where Sayonara
Neon अंदर घुस गई.
but that sells the ruse that there's no one
Wow,
else here.
spike
and now they find
down.
out the hard way that Profek was hiding in the shadows. The spike recovered at least. It had
2v4,
dropped down
2v5.
as the player
Spike तो
fell.
easily मिल गया है. Plant भी हो
But getting
जाएगा
to the
शायद.
site,
याद
finding
नहीं
the
करने ही
plants,
नहीं
you're
देंगे
up
वो लोग.
against 5 and a showstopper.
Close जा रहा है भाई
You
game.
know, not even the least of your worries at this point. The hope here is that Kayak can hold the line, that they can bait out a fight. There's the first at least, but they all come
Ooh,
swinging
1v4,
right after.
Vikaj.
Vikaj, for one of the biggest clutches we've seen from him. They'll do well with the first, but that's all she wrote.
अजी जरा डिस्कॉर्ड देखना. अभी कैसे देखूं? क्या देखना है डिस्कॉर्ड में बताओ?
To take those contact positions, but as you sort of said, there always seemed to be a second layer. Like just having Profek in this position, having Yumpy swing out with the rest of the players just behind him.
Happy and safe journey. Thank you मेरे भाई.
Once that advantage had already been gained, so 2 rounds now the difference. Again,
Anurag, thank you so much for the 20 rupees. I want to see your mouse setting. Is your Windows enhanced pointer precision on or off? Off.
Only really came back
Thank you
into
for the
this
20 Anurag.
late in
मैं
the
off करके
last
खेलता
half.
हूँ.
It wasn't like it's been a dominant showing from start to finish.
कितने दिन का ट्रिप है?
We
ट्रिप
start to
ट्रिप
see
नहीं है
some of
ब्रो.
those other players other
काम
than
है कुछ
just
वहाँ पे.
Durka, as we have now
And
with Chronicle,
जतरा है 2 दिन का.
This map could still
जैसे
go
वो
back
काम हो
the other
जाएगा
way.
मैं आ जाऊंगा. मुझे बताया तो नहीं है कि कितने दिन लगेंगे उसको.
As we said, the last
Alt
half,
tab
making
काजू
mistakes,
का
it was
and
a
defenders
strong
में भी
start from
Sayonara का
Vitality,
alt retake
5-2
के लिए.
up, and Fnatic got their way back into it in the end. It took a minute to find their legs. but
Oh,
once they
अल्फा
did,
ने
they
ऑफ
stood
निकाली है.
tall.
पाशाग दिया.
Ooh, the leg's not even found there by Alfie. Oh, I almost feel like he's been hard done by that. Shot not landed. And they're going back in. It will be off. Hello? I thought it would be off utility. Instead, they've just tried peeked in. Attempt to jump peek to get the shot.
Double किया ना यम्पी ने उधर ही हक दिया.
Even found a pick for it, which I think they're.
अबे यम्पी तो दिखाई नहीं है पूरे गेम में 5-13 चल रहा है वो.
For Fnatic.
Nah, dude.
Not accelerating.
Discord में ही हूँ मैं.
45 seconds. No stranger to the slow rounds, but it is strange seeing VET guys on the other side of the map. They're going to need to piece this one together quickly, and as he comes up, there's a big mid push from Vitality filling in this space. It's all down to if they're looking in the right direction, and of course Kron was holding it.
Well, the worry as well, a faster execution, they're going to go straight into that operator, but also a potential showstopper. I don't think they're going to need it. And a fadeaway shot from Sayonara leaves one man standing. Alfia, well, he's dealt with the boombot. But there's so much more to come. Again, the paranoia is held into the late round. Again, the stuns are coming his way. And again, the trade is immediate. 3 for Chronicle, 9 now for Vitality. And that leads to 1.
I'm very eager to see the replay here. If we've got the perspective, yeah, that's so unlucky. If we've got the perspective of Sayonara, that shot was fine. But when he's up in heaven, he's full smoke. The smoke blooms. He's lost sight completely.
Pasha है ना वो.
That's ridiculous now.
Pasha.
He's counted in his head. Okay, Pop.
He's looking for a new career as a beatboxer.
I'll tell you, he's looking so happy. In the interview earlier as well, he was smiling ear to ear. I've not seen him that happy in a long time.
कौन blackmail कर रहा भाई तुमको?
Matching up 9 to 10.
आपके Discord पे कौन कर रहा है?
Momentum there for Vitality. Challenge though for Profag. In they come. Paranoia's good, and so is the judge. He's got backup too.
Oh my God! Judge से यार भगा दी. Booster popping off.
Yo, what's up, my gang?
Oh my God, that sound.
To the advantage to the attackers that were falling moments ago.
My gang.
Good morning.
Not the weapon of choice, but then you look at what they've got. The Viper's Pit might not even help Fnatic here. That's why they're just pausing, waiting patiently.
भाई फिर भी ये 3v2. Oh, booster मचाया ना round में.
Both players from a lower position. The Gravwell being used to try and move Durka from where he stands. Teammate.
Oh, he's gonna peek out. He did. He got 2. Okay, he got only 1. Durka को 1 मिला है.
Gonna try and just get
1v1
potentially to a rifle or even just sell the seeds of doubt.
30 seconds left.
Boaster's been on.
भाई booster on है ये round में हाँ. लेकिन डरका तो पूरा मैच अच्छा खेल रहा है. लेकिन डरका के हाथ में गन अच्छा नहीं है.
Duelist, where a man who helped him win a couple of trophies is sitting and he's slowly piecing it together, slowly looking around those different positions, and now knows exactly where he is. But I believe that is a rifle potentially picked up.
Whoa.
Now he's got a gun in his hand. Timing is going to be everything. He will get the planted, but is trapped in the corner. The shot needs to be landed by Boaster. Durka just spamming away.
That was close! What a fight, bhai!
But now that
what a fight
comes all the way back to level.
Gamer XD321 thank you for the huge 100 मेरे भाई हर्ष पाजी आप क्लिनिक प्लस के ऐड में वो बच्ची के पापा का रोल करोगे क्योंकि बाल तो आपके जा रहे हैं.
Oh, he's gone and got another gun and is now spamming the body with a different gun. There we lived it. There you go.
Oh my God!
Ticking away.
He's been doing that the entire time. This is not the gun that he got the last kill with.
Gun. Well, this is Boaster's gun, right? There it is. And fire a few more in for good measure. Well,
bro,
and I think for Durka, yeah, the strength there not coming just from
ऐसा क्यों कर रहा है यार?
the fact that he plays the clock to his advantage, running that time down, knowing that yes, he's trapped in a corner right now. But Boaster's not going to push him.
Fnatic have taken the timeout after that, so they had to watch him for 20 seconds spam the body and then go into a timeout.
Yeah. But he ends up swapping positions, right? Durka was trapped in the corner, then Boaster ends up in the same position. The shoe on the other foot,
right.
just
Fnatic
thanks
close
to patience
करेगी
and a little bit of jiggle peeking. And indeed, as you said, a timeout now from Fnatic. Vitality have caught up with them. This is the
I feel
last
Vitality is
timeout
gonna win
Fnatic
this,
have
bro.
available to them to get them all the way through this home stretch. But we are looking at 4 rounds in a row.
Fnatic अचानक से pace change कर दी यार. उनका attack कितना अच्छा चालू हुआ था.
Phenomenal round.
Early heaven control, early control खेल रहे थे.
Individuals to put all those pieces together, and this is where they go back to the drawing board
back
one
to
last
their
time.
roots.
All I'm going to say to Fnatic, I give you full permission.
Like, stream, subscribe for new gang.
Can we not do that every round? I don't want to be here for an extra
टाइम आउट ले लिया है फैंटास्टिक ने.
we could be here all
Discord
day,
check.
especially with the back and forth that
I'm
we've
watching
had.
a
4
match.
rounds in a row
मैं एक watch
for
party कर रहा हूँ.
4 rounds in a row for Vitality.
तो मैं इसमें फोकस करूंगा दोस्तों. जो मैटर हुआ है मैंने अभी मॉड को बताया. मॉड आएगा, जो एडमिन है हमारे वो आएंगे, देखेंगे. ठीक है? मैं इधर चैट में मत स्पैम करो.
That showstopper has been online for a while. Viper's Pit available as well. It is
Please.
still there for Vekaj. I'm looking at Alfie potentially having his showstopper for this round. Some early presence towards A for Vitality though. That's where the success has been from Fnatic, so I kind of understand the logic of them potentially going this way, but at least for now, it's again another slow default.
ओ पे सायोनारा पे मिड पे. सायोनारा.
Now set to strike, but well, he's revealed his hand.
Ooh, Booster got one. Mail room में spam करके मारा है. Chronicle वो पहले भी खेला था position.
For that early fight, they've got mid control. Exceptionally
Oh
well.
my God, Vitality swinging so much.
Extremities are pushed. This whole round was Fnatic 3 on mid and 1 holding each extremity. Towards B main was Alpha, and Vekaj still holding the line on A, gives them that space that they'll now look to fill into the A site. As we can see, a little bit less defended. So they've played this one perfectly, although Dirk is here quite quickly. I would normally say with the judge, I don't know how much he can get done, but I've seen how much he can get done. This is still
Wow,
a dangerous
Yumpy!
round.
Oh my God, Darka! Wow, sub gameplay! माँ कसम!
ये क्या था?
Insane मारा है ना भाई, पर फिर भी जीत गए.
Boaster to keep putting 3Ks up for individuals to carry you forward. Fantastic round from him. And yeah, sure, Durka gets a lot done, cancels out again the initial plan for that entry. This wasn't a buying time showstopper.
What a
That's
freaking
what
round.
you would kill when you're blitzing into the site, but
के बाद अगर नियॉन का स्लाइड वाइड नहीं हटाया, रीजन को बैन नहीं करे ना इस गेम से.
11 for Fnatic thanks to Boaster
25-15
stepping up to the plate and hitting nothing but home runs. Round 22 and a chance to put them onto map point.
Oh, it's risky from Sayonara. Wants to reposition. Now, has given up a lot of space in mid. Now, if he's on the other side of the vents, you've still got the Viper's Pit on A, but then no real route to get there. But because he's moved, they could now split towards the A side with no cover. Now, you can see on the map, he's rotating back around once again. And Althea is just being posted up as an aggressor to try and deny B main control, but he's not going to risk facing off against multiple players.
Well, that's the advantage, obviously, of them not being able to see their opponents on the map. Vitality left the gap. There was a good time.
एक ही तरफ अल्ट करके रखा है उन्होंने. डरका के पास अल्ट है, ड्रीटेक में. अटैकर्स में वेकाज का अल्ट है, बूस्टर का एक और में आ रहा है.
Or at least a player waiting for them. Said they worked the map. They try to pull rotations, but that has only led to Sayonara now being in the perfect position at just the right time. But the shot doesn't land. His teammate inside of the pit is off.
भाई एक मारना था सायोनारा को उधर, मालूम? ये क्या कंट्रोल ले लिए? कहाँ का कंट्रोल लिए ये लोग ने? What are they? Oh, they're going B. Wow, they're going B. Insane.
Fnatic have played them. And it's only going to be Yumpy who stands in their way. The slide from Kayak deals with him.
Bro!
The pit just looking for the decay. Okay.
सिर्फ नहीं ऑन मैच रहा है पूरा गेम.
And in a 4v3, this is far from a certain conclusion.
क्या खेलिए Fnatic राउंड भाई.
And with Alpha where he is, he could end the round all by himself.
Running through the cosmic.
Oh my God, Kaju! What a round by him. What a round by him. काजू क्या खेला है राउंड भाई.
आना भाई, अबे और वो क्या तुम अब हर्ष भाई बताओ कितना एक्यूरेट है इसका स्लाइड करते हो शूट करना.
It just makes no sense. And then they heal him back up. He's ready to go and gets 2 more kills in the round. But that's just again though.
Nice stack FPS shooter game, bro.
सायोनार नहीं है वो सायोनारा है. सायोनार है सायोनार.
Create without Boaster is those mid rounds. The mid rounds have always been some of the best in the world. And to realize immediately that there's a stacked up site, even with your Viper's Pit down, and running back the other way is brilliant.
Well, Vitality, it was a phenomenal start. Keep in mind, this is Fnatic's pick. They built strength quickly. But in the end, Fnatic, the old power, hard to dethrone, hard to deal with. In the last few rounds, Boaster's been the one that's hard to deal with. He's got the operator now, at least as a secondary. And we've seen him do a lot with it in the past, but...
But what?
I misread that. I thought he was going to throw. I thought because he didn't have the early fight, he's going to throw it away, take the rifle, and go sight. He's keeping the op. Now, okay, I like this. I like betting on yourself. We move towards the A side.
Boaster!
He's got a chance. He has got a real chance for a pick if Profek was to swing out. But the smoke goes up, he'll be denied back.
The weaponry advantage is...
Raptors भी खेल रहा है. Oh my god, the timing. Good nade.
Gonna do it a little bit.
Whoa! Alpha! Oh my god, what a trade by Darka. Opper को मार दिया.
Drive available. 25 seconds on the clock. This time, the Vitality players are in the right place at the right time. None more so than Chronicle.
That flank is going to end the round. They just have to hold the line, and Dirk has done so much damage. Chronicle cleans.
Oh my god, Chronicle got
Vitality.
2.
The game not
What a
over
round.
yet. This map, well, it's going to go the distance, and maybe then some. Vitality have looked good here on the defense. And it looked for a moment like Fnatic had all the answers.
क्या मारा है भाई उसने यार.
From Alpha, but the fact that Dirk steps in and just says, "Oh, nice op, man. I used to do that."
टाइम था जब डरका अल्फा दोनों एक ही टीम में
doesn't
थे
win
ना.
this map, he's gonna be livid. Like, he's been playing out of his skin.
अच्छा क्रॉन फ्लैंक आया उसने मारा.
You were watching him swap to a rifle. He picked up headshot. Someone swap back to the.
दोनों टॉप फ्रैग कर रहे देखो. X duelist
to get those kills. Like even when he's not killing everyone, he's helping others kill everyone. It has been one hell of a map from him, but. Now we look at the other side of things, and that extra operator now looks like a bit of a costly expense. Boaster down to a stinger. In fact, the same for Crashies as well.
Kayak.
पढ़िए भाई उसको stun.
The vents, and Kron for a second thought about giving him the fight, but he's thought better of it now, waiting for
और double vents आ गया अभी.
This together though, up on the ropes. Snake bites even sent in. Kayak
That crazy util भाई. What a peak.
Luckily, they won't press. Oh, Boaster's running in. He's taking that control very quickly. I was going to say, Vitality not pressing the issue, but then Fnatic very nearly do. With a Judge waiting on one side and Chronicle in the vents on the other, there's no easy choice. But Sayonara's just come into heaven, backing up this squad. They've heard it, though. They know this man was previously towards vents. Now he's up in heaven. The weakness should be here.
My
but
god.
Kron slips out just as they round the corner.
Whoa,
Kaju! Ready for the fight.
क्या hunt down किया है भाई.
Might need to be healed again.
30 seconds left.
डरका. Oh my god.
Once more is ticking.
डरका literally एक damage नहीं दिया उसके ult में.
Dirk has gone down.
Oh, he's dead. Oh my god.
Quiet game for him so far individually. They're going to need him to stand tall. First comes easy. The rest are going to be a bit more difficult. It's all
Wow.
At least manages to take 2. This gives time for Sion. No, but he gets done.
अयो GG भाई. इतना अच्छा खेले भाई.
But Fnatic in the end, they'll get the
GG's. भाई मेरे को लगा यार निकाल लेंगे राउंड.
History always favors Fnatic.
What a game! What a game! Like, share, subscribe.
A chance to bounce back, but for now, before the break, let's hear.
भाई Fnatic जीती है पहला राउंड, पहला मैप. भाई लेकिन ये क्लोज गेम जाएगा.
Tell me about it. Why don't you say into the mic exactly how that map went for you?
Oh, stressful map, you know. We were 10-6 up at some point, and they came back, and we finished it strong, but close map.
Yeah, it felt like maybe a little bit of a neon diff happening there on map 1.
It's just a judge diff. I cannot play judge. Like it's not my gun. I'm a phantom guy. Like what can I do?
But sometimes it happens, and you do have map 2 coming up. It's Breeze. What's going to be different compared to Breeze last week for Fnatic?
I think you're just gonna see.
Okay.
We're gonna see when we start playing. So.
All right. Well, hopefully that's going to be soon. I'll let you go back.
Let's
join
go!
the team. Make sure you
भाई
guys stick
क्या
around
तो
because you
बोला
want
भाई
to see
कायाक
exactly
ने जो भी
what
बोला
Fnatic
अच्छा
gonna
बोला.
bring to Breeze.
भाई वो छोड़ो. जब कॉम्स बता रहे थे तब अल्फा का क्या एक्सेंट था स्ट्रॉन्ग.
और
ये सुनो.
I'm not sure about that, but
You want to play? Let's play.
Oh, he kind of looked like Chamber a little bit. I see it. I was like, who is this guy?
Bonjour.
हर्ष भाई
हाँ।
ये देखिए अल्फा कैसा दानव मेंटालिटी है, देखो कैसा बोलता है कि I'm gonna scare them, I'm gonna
हाँ,
open
हाँ।
my health, I'm
3
gonna
बार बोल
scare
रहा था
them।
भाई।
हाँ हाँ, ऐसा बोल सकता था ना कि भाई टाइम बाय करूंगा, स्टॉल करूंगा, कुछ तो बोल सकता तो नहीं।
I'm gonna scare them, I open the hell, okay?
I'm gonna scare them, I'm gonna scare them।
Is Kajak the
कैसा
best
accent है ना?
duelist in the world? What's your opinion? ये सीजन तो अब भी चालू हुआ है भाई, सीजन वाइज चीजें चेंज होती है यार बहुत। ये लोग तो सीधे स्ट्रैटेजी पूछ लेते हैं, ऐसी है। प्ले धुरंधर सॉन्ग। आरी 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 Sayonara! What's up, Nightmare? Thank you for the party! क्या क्लर्च भाई? क्लर्च भाई,
हाँ भाई,
मुझे है ना
हाँ
खाना खाना है बहुत जोर से, लेकिन मुझे है ना
हाँ।
आराम से लेट के खाना खाना है।
पेट की खाना खाना है?
हाँ मतलब आराम से बैठ के भाई,
हाँ।
ऐसा मन है। क्या खाऊं आज बताओ मुझे?
खाओ चिकन विकन खाओ, प्रोटीन वोटीन एकदम
अबे यार दोपहर में नथिंग बट चिकन से मंगाया था भाई, क्या मजा आ गया।
सेम टू सेम, मैंने भी वहीं से मंगाया था आज ग्रिल्ड।
मजा आ गया। ओ भाई साहब
चिकन
क्या
मंगाया था
सेटअप है यार, क्या भाई डबल
फनाटिक खेली है भाई, फनाटिक ब्रीज पे आइसो खेली है।
डबल सेटअप क्यों किया आपने?
आइसो हार्बर, एक्स्टर हार्बर खेल रहा है हर्ष भाई।
हैरी पॉटर, हैरी पॉटर पगलिया क्रेजी। पिज्जा कल ही खाया मैंने। वाओ, आपका ये सेकंड मॉनिटर हवे में क्यों है? कोई नंबर्ड कार्ड क्यों नहीं है? लेकिन कार्ड्स अच्छे हैं भाई तुम्हारे ये। हर्ष भाई कीबोर्ड सजेशन दे दो अंडर 3000 में दोस्तों, प्लीज सजेशन दे दो इनको यार, दे दो यार इनको सजेशन कोई। ध्रुव वाइब कोड, ओ दिस गाय इज वन पागल है। हो गया देख के,
हो गया देख के।
डूड गॉट हैरी पॉटर सीरीज इन हिंदी है।
अब क्या करोगे?
अब मैं जाऊंगा और मूड हो गया हूँगा।
मैं हमेशा ड्यूल स्ट्रीम करता हूँ।
Wow.
You can see there's plenty of ways to abuse it.
That's
crazy.
crazy.
Very
Two-way.
high variation duels
That mood ho gaya
wants to be as well and enjoys playing lots of things. He's not really had to focus on it much during practice. It's just he found himself incredibly comfortable, especially playing with his judge, and he loves it. So he has a lot of fun with it in practice. So we let him run with it, and as you can see, he can absolutely pop off when it counts as well. So not much work that we need to do, not much focus we need to put on it when he's something he loves naturally.
Nice to hear that Vitality have been leaning into things that Derka seems to be enjoying naturally, and I feel like the Neon did have its moments throughout that map. It almost felt like Derka and friends at points, Mini.
I remember a few months ago actually, Derka in the DMs telling me how he was actually practicing Neon already. He was like locking it in every single ranked game. He said, Mini, I'm just buying the judge only and just like sliding on these noobs every single game. I can't wait to play it kind of thing. And that's like how Derka is, you know? But it wasn't enough. So we got to kind of focus on Fnatic here, and I think that Fnatic did Fnatic things in some respects. They were down quite early, they lost momentum, and they've made a big comeback here. And I think the story for me was just how comfortable they just looked on split. I didn't think there was like a singular thing here that I can highlight. I think it was just fundamentals and good calling from both on their attack side. I think that it's just a map where they just look extremely comfortable on.
Yeah, I think that that's something that we were asking for them when we think back to the keys to victory coming into the day, Mini, was just get those fundamentals right. And I think that they were able to completely deliver on that throughout this first map. I think as well, like Vikash clearly having a lot of highlight moments as well. We can see this one come up from him there. And I think as well, it was really nice to see Boxer pick up the operator, especially in those last kind of rounds, just showing that confidence that's really coming through from Fnatic.
Yeah, the attack side was where they shine completely. I think on defense, they had to scrape by towards the end, which is becoming a bit of a theme with the lack of Euro in these double duelist comps, and something I'm going to be keeping my eye on throughout this split. But on the attack side, again, yeah, it was Boaster mixing up that pacing and just understanding the map. Here, wanted to highlight though, on the left side there, Derek with 27 frags. At one point, I think he had over 20, and the rest of his team had like
7.
Under
the next
10.
one was 7.
Next one was
yeah,
7.
It was ridiculous. And I think as well, like, again, I'm relaying it back to our keys to victory for this team. We thought about Vitality, you know, Derka keep going Derkin time. That doesn't mean everyone else just kind of stops performing. And I think that we kind of saw that throughout that map.
I think the takeaway here is partly that, but also they did lose both pistols here. They made it 13-11 on their opponent's map pick, a map that historically Fnatic are really strong at. Getting trolled by Boas and Alpha. Hey, Alpha! Hey,
Screaming at Alpha across the stage.
I think that Bruce, though, is for Vitality to win this. I think that Fnatic didn't look comfortable in
Oh
that
भाई क्या setup है यार उनका.
Vitality are going to be looking a lot stronger on this
Chad,
map.
क्या setup है bro.
Despite having that loss, I still think that Vitality will be looking strong going through the series.
I think so as well. And obviously we do have Breeze coming up next, like you mentioned, Minnie. So let's actually hear what the Fnatic coaches had to say about Breeze.
Clip upload की है first time, please check. रुको सुनते आ जाओ.
Yeah, I mean, we watched the VOD back, we made some adjustments, and I think obviously the defense didn't look that great. I think in general we had a slow start, so I think that made it look a little bit worse than it was. But yeah, we made some adjustments and we feel comfortable going into Breeze today.
Wow.
Yeah, I think part of that defense, what we highlighted earlier, some of the team fighting looked a bit weird. I think
Clip
specifically
upload की है first time, please check. Okay, magic. Yeah, sad magic है. Shravil Marishi, thank you for the 20. Wow.
Crazy man. तेरे पीछे. हाँ यहाँ पे सेज था.
हाथ नीचे ले लो.
पीछे सेज.
Shot.
बेड़े. खत्म हम वहीं रहेंगे ना. अल्ट मार दे. तेरे नीचे आ गया.
The comps are crazy. The comps are crazy, bro. Good shots though. Good shots though, sad magic. आपका करंट रैंक जिस हिसाब से ये भैया कॉलिंग दे रहे थे ना, उस हिसाब से तो करंट प्लैट है. ओह, बट आपका पीक डायमंड होगा. हाँ भाई, बहुत अच्छी शॉट्स मारे यार. न्यू ड्रॉप पहन रहा है क्या? नहीं, ये न्यू ड्रॉप नहीं है. वैलोरेंट मोबाइल नियॉन. हाँ, वैलोरेंट मोबाइल नियॉन का क्लिप. Replay system. Pre-fire headshot. Oh my god, nah, these guys are different. Honghua Kwansha. अरे यार, ढंग से तो बनाओ उत्कर्ष भाई यार. ये जो बार है ना, ये बार वो एटलीस्ट यहाँ पे दिख जाता है. यहाँ तक दिख जाता है यार. मारेंगे वो लोग, मारेंगे. Got the PC today. Nice keyboard, bro. Sheesh. ओए, ये आपके भाई ने किया है? बेशरम भाई, बेशरम छड़ी गरम भाई.
on an island
yeah.
completely. I was strong in this map as well.
Yeah, I think as well. I really like the Yampi being on the KO here.
Oh wait, as well, Fnatic changed from.
आज भाई watch party highlights क्यों नहीं बनाते? दो बनाए थे। उसमें जितना effort और पैसा जाता है उतना वो return वैसा देता नहीं है। तो इसके वजह से मैंने वो run दिया।
I mean, I presume it is, right? I mean, who knows? We'll just have to let Mitch and Tom take that one. We'll find out.
मतलब मैं कोई भी वीडियो से कमाता नहीं हूँ, लेकिन फिर भी comparatively views watch party highlights पे lowest आते हैं तो इसलिए.
Map number 2, but now Vitality on their home ground. They wanted to battle on Breeze and they come in a map down, but you know what? That looked a lot better than anything they showed in kickoff against this squad. Sayonara, the missing piece, and the puzzle looking a lot better. But now, the reverse sweep is needed. As we said, comfort at least where they start the bounce back.
Yeah, I'm definitely interested to see if the changes that are made will work though, because although I'm a very big fan of Profek, when he is swapped away from the more standardized controllers, sometimes it goes very badly wrong. And I want to see if Harbour fits in that bracket or doesn't, because the other he played was Clove. It's a little bit different. You're basically playing a duelist that happens to have some smokes. Oh. On the other side of things, it does look like a move to more comfortable picks. Vekaj going over to that KO, and then Althea, who struggled a little bit on the ISO.
Well, aggression towards the B site. Fnatic taking a lot of space there, not pressing into the spawn, and you can see that's what Vitality were hoping they would get out of them. Waiting in the spawn for some fights that are not offered up, not found, and so to the A side they go. Fnatic still filling in that mid space, hoping Alpha can delay long enough with the snake bite. He gets it out, but 2 players already bursting out of main. The rest will follow shortly, but his reinforcements are arriving, and they are thriving from the side. Vekaj and Kayak with 2.
4 जने इधर already. नीच पीछे जाओ भाई.
Stuck inside of
map पे किसका है? Breeze Vitality का है.
Are wasting no time. Already
Fnatic हार गई थी ना वो इनके against. Eternal Fire के against.
Althea available to delay. The rest can go walkabouts, and the expectation is they'll go back the other way and fire.
Fielding. No way! घुमा दिया round, घुमा दिया माँ कसम 3 all.
Quickly dissipates. And now they're hightailing it all the way to the B site, and open one at that. The high tide thrown through to give them the space to plant.
Hand warmer होता है वो कृष्णा.
Looked like a done deal for what would have been a 3 out of 3 pistol.
Game sound इतना ही बनता है.
Is up for grabs.
Very much so. The HP off Kron and Profek puts them within the danger zone. And some of these fights, especially against that Sheriff, but, well, they've got some low HP players on the other side.
Okay.
That was a good shot by Sayonara. Traded back
good recon.
Gonna get so much information. In fact, only catches the one up close, but they'll find the second round the side, or the second will find them. Boaster's done wonderful work and getting inside that cove. It has to be done now.
Oh my God, he's stuck it.
And it comes down
he's stuck it, bro.
Second. But Fnatic, the ones to find that defuse just a millisecond early.
What a round.
I'll be honest, I had to look at the overlay. I had to look at the top. I was like, oh, 1-0
that was down to a pixel.
It was so unbelievably close, but...
भरोसा round था भाई, भरोसा round.
Upgraded Cove.
अरे बहुत आराम से डिफ्यूज हो गया.
Yeah, it's insanely close. I think he probably had to realize after the round loss came up. But that will be the pistol out of 3 for Fnatic. Another solid start into this one. But the difference is Vitality are a little bit less happy about it. They're going in with a buy.
Snakebite right away. Alpha swapping sides, and he'll be a menace no matter where he is. But the flash was fantastic. Trades are coming in for Vitality. A late play through mid now has so much more value.
भाई वो लोग force किए. Oh my God, भाई!
Get close to Boaster, catch him off guard, but spam him with the stinger. That was
oh my God, they won.
Vekaj,
force buy.
In a matter of seconds.
ये ना game.
This round.
Kron को कैसे kill मिला भाई वो?
Into Vitality's favor, and the openings were great, but that late play through mid from Chronicle, icing on the cake.
Crazy Chronicle.
Telling me we're in the Judge Neon meta, not Stinger meta. That was
अबे flash में मारा क्या
Profek
में?
Like, why am I watching people run around with stingers and dome people from miles away?
Look at this.
ये कुछ भी था भाई.
Insanity. this one, that's fair. That's why I
But
expect to see,
Stinger
not
से
from
कभी
this
जिंदगी में
range,
मैं
just
spam ना करूं.
wrecking people from afar. And well, a
दोनों
short-lived early start from
दोनों
Fnatic.
हाथ
They're not
आगे
going to be
किए
able to invest much into this one at all.
Deploying drone.
And even after having both rounds where Viper was on the right side of the
B
map.
push.
Again, I think it was a great idea to just blitz Alpha. But now Fnatic are coming to blitz through the elbow. 4 players, and Kron on a safe distance. He's able to hold the line. Swing in to provide some help, and that help is needed. Jumpy's just being dropped. The numbers overwhelming, and now they're up very close indeed. They've even taken his vision away. Boaster
3v3.
landing a big hit there with Sayonara down below. He's going to be patient, but now his hand is forced
Whoa,
into the battle. This is decaying every advantage that Vitality had. Fnatic gearing up now for the retake in a 2v2. They've got
Oh
rifles
shit,
to play with.
गंदा wall कर दिया ना Booster ने.
Better armed than their opponents, but Durka standing on a podium and will accept nothing but first place in this round.
अरे रे, Booster ने अपनी कबर खोद दी भाई.
Well, they're sent deep into the ground. 2-1.
ठीक है, but
Vitality lose the
good
pistol. But they
pistol
answer
round.
back, albeit
Good
here
eco
in
round.
a costly round.
Yeah.
But they have plenty of credits to fall back on.
That's the thing, though. If this wasn't up against full classics, I'd be like, okay, but it was nothing invested, and the reason you're kind of sat there going like, oh, actually, that's not bad for them, is because they just won round 2. Like, if this was any other round, we'd be sat here a little bit more and be like, okay, I give them.
भाई force करके जीत रहे. ये round भी इतना close आया, क्या ही लगेगा?
Exactly.
मेरे को तो
But
कॉम थोड़ा
it was
left right लग
isolated
रहा है.
fights. Like, everybody ended up fighting on their own, and it's not the greatest of signs for Vitality.
The attacking
early.
comp?
In this one,
Fnatic
obviously you don't
Yeah.
expect the full squad to run at you every
Oh,
single round.
Fnatic comp क्यों ऐसा है? अच्छा
दोनों
सा.
कॉम भी सेम है.
I do think that
नहीं,
also
Jet और
shows
Neon
the
difference
strength
है.
of what Boaster
Neon और
talked
Jet
about
भी तो
last
अलग है.
week in terms of why they took.
ये सबको
I
same
think
है.
Nat asked in an interview why he
I
took
feel Neon is a
Harvard
good pick,
instead
bro.
of the Astra, and he said, look, with setting up the stars, it
Jet
just
भी
doesn't
उतना ही
flow
सही है.
as well, and this allows us to
हाँ,
be
map
more
पे बड़े
aggressive.
angles
It allows us
चाहिए
to be
रहते हैं
more
map पे.
reactive and react
अच्छे angles
quicker,
मिल
and you're
सकते हैं ना
seeing it there. In that
इतना
round,
util भाई.
how much
उसको
more
खुद को
aggressive, how
diffuse
quick they
ये
can pounce
करने
on
नहीं आ रहा है.
anything possible with Astra, with all the setup needed.
Oh, Viper's pit. They've thrown the spike over to Chronicle just to get him this ultimate. Allows him control of the backside. KO, of course, brought in order to try and deny some of that utility, but this is going to be difficult. Everything being thrown through to try and catch Chronicle. Hunter's Fury being expended by Sayonara for support, hoping to try and give him a little bit of help. He's done some tickle damage, but of course the most of that is decay, and Chronicle still surviving.
Oh, he's taking it.
Double kill with the shotgun.
Wait,
instead.
उसके shock dart से 2
Now
kill मिले.
they're even still. It feels like Crash's
Bruh,
hands are
मेरे को
trying
stick
to
कर
spark
देगा.
out, though, makes it
Oh
impossible.
shit,
Both
2 मिल गया ना
time.
उसको.
Solid round from
ना
Sayonara.
शॉक डार्ट से
And
देखो.
that lead will be extended by Vitality.
So it's a great pit, first of all. The changes to the Viper's pit make it much more intentional in terms of where you're looking and how it's going to shape up. It has that gap for Chronicle to fall back into. He's firing out the right clicks, and that's the beauty of it. If you kill him,
So low on
does not matter,
HP.
because you are automatically
That's why
so
you
low
shouldn't
on
fight when your
that the
HP is
shock
low.
darts, if not the spam. A really nice multi around
अरे माँ मैं 2 साल पीछे क्यों चल रहा था?
They've yet to reach 2. Hunter's Fury fired very early, and it's failed to get even a tag.
Oh
Perfect
my
too far
God.
away to receive the damage there.
Trying to pressure. We saw this in their last game as well. They sometimes call
Wow.
with util, but not this time.
Without Astra.
The util has worked wonderfully.
What a
The run
flash.
through gives perfect. Crash is weighing on the other side, maybe looking for supportive utility, maybe even calling for a flash. But it wasn't there in time. Perfect trying to bait his opponent into a mistake, and Sayonara is just waiting on the other side. The screen falls in one regard, but there's another in the way.
Open the door, and now the drone goes out on A. Hopefully they think both are in main. That's what Vitality are thinking. That's what Profec is thinking, but they've got more than enough on Fnatic to just sit back and cover all their bases. Profec, he's looking the right way, but that's a deep angle to clear. He's gonna have to just walk through, and he won't even find the opening fight. Sayonara, 7-1. That KD about to take a hit. They found him in main. The knife revealing the position.
मुंबईपुर की बार massive fire. Fire मतलब क्या? आग.
The fight, and a triple swing closes it. Fnatic finally finding their second.
Yeah, better round from them. I think this was one of the major issues that they had when facing off against Eternal Fire was you did see those moments where Boaster would get overwhelmed. A lot of the time he was left as that solo anchor. I think it was Backash mostly.
तो आग बोलना भाई.
And then you didn't have the KO utility because it was an ISO in there. It was basically you had your duelist just going to fight and he had to anchor. Now it seems like they've swapped up to have a lot more support.
माँ कसम मेरा धड़धड़ होने लग गया.
It's looking better even in the rounds.
Short circuit हुआ अच्छा.
भाई Fnatic
अरे फायर मतलब फायरिंग भी होती है ना भाई.
They only got 3 rounds on their defense last time.
Fnatic केवल एक मैच खेली है.
I have grown into a fan of Harbor's kit. I think obviously the old version was just mostly useless, but there's a lot that can be done with this, and we're about to see another example. Profek lining up the ultimate, a big old wave coming their way, and if you get caught by it, you ain't seeing a damn thing.
अयो टाइमिंग गंदा हो गया यार बूस्टर के साथ. बहुत गंदा है. Oh look at this guy. How is he safe?
Behind the wall wasn't seen. They think the space is clear, and now he'll step in and catch himself.
Oh my god.
The round's back on for Fnatic.
मतलब दोनों हार्बर के वॉल गंदे हो गए. Hold up. 3v3 still. 2v2 now.
Keep these trades back and forth. The time ticking for Fnatic to get on that spike, and there's a snake in the grass. Their backlines being threatened as Kron wraps all the way around. They'll go to check it.
Wow!
Casting an eye in that direction, but Backash falls in the meantime, and he is soon to follow. 4-2.
Wow.
Vitality right back to winning ways.
The older members, or the old members of Fnatic facing off against the new blood that replaced them. It's almost a little bit of poetic justice, but
वही भाई तुम लोग हंस रहे हो भाई. तुम लोग को जोक लग रहा है, but कितना मेरी genuine पड़ गई भाई.
Additional initiators like that double that comes through from Kayak is off the back of a reveal that stops one player and then a flash that catches the player in front while he looks away. It's just lovely timing, but then you see the response of Vitality again.
क्या बोल रहे हो?
Kickoff में breeze था?
नहीं.
Just about in favor of Vitality. Chronicle incredibly low, but he is still standing.
Good pacing for early round, especially against an ultimate like that from Neon. When they're on a low buy, very likely that they'll pull it out, and Vitality stay grouped. No individual fights offered, at least not in positions where they can't back off. If they do start to feel the heat dialing up, but now Fnatic have got all their players bunkered down on the back of this site. 2 fall, but still 1 standing, and Alpha brings this down to a 1v2. Chronicle on 15 HP, and with the pit in play, this could very easily become an awkward
Batman
round.
versus
It's a wonderful
Paper X.
shot from Alpha. Ready and waiting for that final swing. He's caught Yuppie in the open, but the shots, they do not land for Fnatic. 5-2 now. And Yumpy, you can see spirits being lifted by winning out that clutch.
Well, I'll say, if you were watching the last map or the way that this map has gone so far, you would have bet your house on Alfia to win that one.
Absolutely.
Those were the first 3 kills the Yumpy's had in this map. Impactful ones at that, though.
Best IGL, bro. Good shit, bro.
देखा आदित्य.
5-2. The early start starting to take its toll
from Fnatic.
Second round victory that gave them a jump start, and even with a response, Fnatic started to fall behind.
टाइप करके बात कर रहे वे मुंह से बात कर. अच्छा कोच कुछ तो बता रहा रहेगा.
Against Eternal Fire. Whereas we've seen sort of a mix from Vitality. Obviously, a lot of their maps have been incredibly close.
I guess we're going map 3.
GX and Liquid, they were scraping through the attack side.
Ari.
Much earlier. They had 10 rounds of defense, so I don't think you're going to be particularly comfortable. No matter what position or what side you're on right now, if you're a Fnatic fan. Even still, though, as I said, I think we've seen a lot of positives about how this comp can work to sort of favor players like Fnatic in this aggressive defensive side, and especially if they can get like a few more rounds. Their attack looked fantastic, but they have obviously swapped out an ISO for a KO, so it might not necessarily be quite as good, but I think it should be going into that attack.
Off after timeout, we'll see what work has been done. I see an operator in the hands of Kayak.
उत्कर्ष तेरा देख लिया क्लिप पीछे जाके देख क्या बोला है उस पे मैंने.
Just yet, holding the line.
Spam करने लग जाता है आते साथ.
The drone though will spot him. he sticks around. They don't want to reveal the operator just yet. So he simply hides from it and fills
Spike
back
going
in that
B.
gap later. But there is a real lack of information in play for Fnatic. They don't know what's going on. There's an orb even blocking any vision of mid. They have to be worried about the wrap up, and all the while it's a more direct play.
Beautiful angle by Crash. Is full blinded.
Absolutely blinded by that flash. There was nothing he could do about it.
Nusti flash, nusti ball. What timing?
Cover this round. Lands himself one with Boaster by his side. It's a 3v2.
Sayonara a little bit further back. Hoping that maybe that gives him an angle, but both players towards the spawn. Boaster not giving them anything. They are waiting to see if they attempt the plant. Bear in mind, Sayonara getting a plant here would get his ultimate online, but they'd have to switch players, and they're not willing to do that at this stage. Wanting to make sure he can get back into position. No command utilized. He'll take that utility away, and Prophet's trying to get ahead of them, but Kayak just too quick on the
Easy
trigger.
round, Fnatic.
Sayonara is going to need somewhat of a hero play. He's very wary that somebody's coming in from that flank position. With the Cove in the way, the second he starts spamming, they're going to be back on that defuse. There is not really anything he can do from this point. 3 bullets left. Both are already pushing him. And the man that stood in for them for a moment has met that master once again.
यार हर्ष भाई इसको नर्फ करना चाहिए भाई बहुत ज्यादा बफ्ड है ये चीज
I think just the constant trades from Fnatic after the start, which Crashes put them ahead.
गोली लग जाती है तोड़ने में.
You can see it. Boaster and Alpha filing in towards that back side.
भाई उसका ult था.
At the point as well.
मतलब एक kill लेता ना तो ult आता उसका.
The game's over. There's genuinely nothing you can do about that round to fight your way back through. But the problem so far for Fnatic is they found a round and not being able to connect anything afterwards. I think mostly it's not even being close on the back of it, but that is the start they needed. Big player for the late round. Chronicle out of the round already. And Kayak's up. Still sitting around causing issues.
The second he's got it into play, we've seen the impact from it.
Bro!
Positions to thrive.
Oh, मेरे को लगा spot what हो रहा है क्या?
With the advantage, you sort of mentioned it in the last round, Fnatic have been very good at trading things back. Still potential to even put the pit into play if they need it, but with how slow
एकदम slow खेल रहे ना by Vitality.
A bit more reliant on that contact play. Again, though, we're just going to see that.
Oh, they are coming in
towards this connector. That's where Kayak is watching.
Crashes has so much info on B. There's 4 players A because they know the hit cannot come in on the other side of the map. So as they march in,
Pasha 3K by Vekaj. पूरा गांव था Fnatic का इधर.
Fnatic except for that man who's waiting behind
them. Oh my
and
god.
Strikes the final blow. An in-zone flawless from Fnatic, and
6-6
you know, often I'd say it's because they had the numbers. Right players there at the right time, but that guy's did a lot of that work all by his lonely. Clean.
कसम Vekaj ने येड भगा दी भाई.
Open angle to put that ult through.
उसकी wall अद्धी रह गई हर्ष भाई.
Vitality. As Fnatic start to close the gap.
Star boy, thank you for the 30 rupees.
Yeah, back-to-back rounds.
आपने जो बोला था सुपर ब्रो सही में.
But also again we see them try and go through that A-short connector, and it hasn't had a mass amount of success.
National Park वाला वीडियो देख रहा था. वाओ, कैसा लगा? हर्ष भाई check game clips. I'll check later, bro.
You sort of mentioned it.
आपको कोई Fnatic का गाना आता है?
They take the space.
उनका कौन सा गाना है?
Because the rotations on this map are pretty massive. There's a long way.
Bro, इन लोग के मैप पे ऐसा सोंगटी रखा है उसने एजेंट्स का.
Have someone push up on the other side, like.
सोंगटी रखा है. अरे यार देखो समझेगा.
Pretty massive, like
ग्रीन छोटू सा.
हाँ हाँ.
They believe that they're committed. You have someone push up on the other side.
बोला आपने क्या वर्ड बोला?
सोंगटी. सोंगटी. Near Airlines. Near Airlines. Near Airlines क्यों बोल रहे हो?
You're really mining for fool's gold if you do
take
down that
9
guys,
months,
because you'll think, okay, now we
Khelraay.
can blitz through to the site. It's probably one more max. Flood that backside. 3 players waiting for you, and a world of hurt comes your way. For Fnatic, it all comes down to the very start of the round. The fact that Crashies walks up in B, takes this position super deep, and just has that line for the entire round. Until they eventually push when he wraps in the flank, he just plays full containment. It was a perfect play from Crashies. The result speaks for itself. Dodging the reveal. Gaiac smartly played. He knows his distances. You know
Easy
that Saya's
kill liya,
gonna be a bit
bhai.
more cautious about where he drones from after last round. Now, a plant for Vitality, sure, but already a man behind, and they're going to pay with their HP bars as well. Oh no, the shock dart didn't land, and now they're up close. They're looking to force the issue. Fnatic are all here though. They've backed
Oh
off,
my
they've given them
God!
the space.
Oh,
And now they'll
Kaju
give them
saving
steal.
the round.
Very well
मेरे को लगा
done.
इतने जन घुस गए तो भाई
No
निकाल
chance
लेंगे.
up close.
But Kaju
That's a
saving.
perfect counter to the
Bandit
aggression
versus
that
Band नहीं देखा क्या
Vitality
देखा
put
देखा
down.
देखा.
Just like
तो
the
तू
last
भाई
map,
पिछले के
we see a
पिछले
lead
मैच का बात
extended
कर
in
रहा
that
है.
first half. We see it look like Vitality are going to run away with it. Pause called, immediate turnaround. Like Fnatic back in the server once again. And I don't know, that might just be small corrections coming in from the coaching staff. I don't think it was major strategical things that were being left over.
Okay, Light bhai.
Whatever those small tidbits are, they are making a
बस भाई
massive
अपनी बात
difference.
सका क्या बे बस करो
3
यार.
in a row. That defensive side looking far, far better.
2000 VP लिया
We
आपके
saw
यहाँ से.
versus
Let's
Eternal Fire, and
go.
Vitality will be dreading the fact that this is the time they're looking better on this map, because it might just be another opportunity for history to repeat itself. And add another, I don't even know what would we be at, 8? I think it was 7-0 when we looked earlier.
Yeah. Again, it depends how far back in history you go. Outside of VCT, it's even more so, 8 or 9. But the key thing is, kickoff, it was a 2-0, and Vitality got flattened. I think 13-8 was the best result, 13-5 the other. And then before that, they've been able to take maps off them, being in BO5s and BO3s. But never to convert the series. Okay, I thought that was going to be the elimination, but Chronicle manages to sidestep the second burst, at least for now. We stay in a 5v5, but that Viper's Pit is making the A site not a very friendly territory to take fights in, at least from main. Does look like they're thinking about crossing.
Yeah, the op is also holding in towards Khan. It's now in Boaster's hands, so they've swapped up with 3 rifles towards the B side of the map.
कॉड हो गया है विकास.
Supportive utility available. Bit of an off angle.
Full walk up हो रहा है bro. Kaju. Oh my God. ये contact पे
behind them, but they've dealt with one. He's got to be careful though, that there isn't another player behind, which there is, but he's managed to get past him.
No.
Targets for him to try and face off against. Spike dropped.
वो अभी भी मिड होल्ड कर रहा है वाइपर बेशरम जैसे. पूरी टीम को बेट कर दिया तूने मेरे भाई. नहीं एक सेकंड.
The rest have been dealt with.
बोस्टर ही अकेला बचा भाई. क्या ही खेला है भाई.
We talk about this man's operator. Can he do it? Oh, chance.
But he gets him on the rifle.
1v1. He knows he was mid, right? Yeah.
Chronicle versus Boaster.
अभी इस पे smoke भी है.
Earlier on, and needless to say, he was thrilled to win it. Snake
he won the round.
Boaster doesn't have an angle. He taps
उस
it
पे HP नहीं
As
है.
the Viper's Pit goes down, Kron closing in the distance.
The
but
pit is
that
bad.
doesn't cover the spike. He'll still have to step out to get towards it, and he can't
No.
spam. Has to step into the bubble. Boaster showing him that he's got it to half, and he's going to stick it.
Wow, Boaster! भाई Boaster ने jump किया क्या? Boaster ने jump करके वो किया क्या?
नहीं उसने छोड़ के वापस किया.
Second tap was just in his head. When you're Chronicle, there you go. He's got it to half. He's tapped it again to
तब हाफ हो गया बताने के लिए.
Wow, भाई, crazy.
Stuff from the IGL.
Why are you peeking at 2v1, bro?
Outplayed at a lead.
Insane.
Fnatic 6-5. 4 rounds in a row. Making.
Bro पता नहीं throw हो गया भाई. कुछ अलग ही हुआ ये राउंड में.
वो Chronicle मिड पे रह गया और ये लोग कायक को चेक नहीं किए थे.
Boaster's having a hell of a game so far. Fnatic bringing Vitality right to hell as the new residents. It's 6-5, but 7 could be on the board any moment now. Durka and Sayonara, all that stand in their way. And now just down to Sayo, surrounded, outnumbered. And
Yard भगा रहे Fnatic, yard भगा रहे, yard भगा रहे.
Fnatic slow to start, but by God, they got there in the end.
Yeah, from 5-2 down to end up winning the half. It's impressive, and the manner in which they've done it.
Actually भाई ये
It's definitely going to be that
first match जैसे ही हो गया.
of a good feeling. The fact is, though, there's still a second half to go.
अरे लीड था फिर क्लोज किया ना वाइटलिटी
गिव अवे कर दिया
नहीं सॉरी फनाटिक ये की
come back
well, it's just fans of Valorant in total, right? I mean, Fnatic are firing up right now.
तो अपने देश के लग रहे हैं
fans. There's a lot of people watching in the studio.
भाई ये जस्सी भाई जैसा खड़ा है
two that we've picked out right now. Do you want to introduce yourself to everyone watching at home?
Yeah, of course. My name is Ice and just the best Discord server.
Okay. And what about yourself, sir?
Yeah, I'm Taurus and I'm here for Fnatic.
Okay, who's your favorite player on the side of Fnatic?
It has to be Booster mostly because I can also shoot like him.
That's totally fair. How do you see the rest of the map playing out? The fact that they're 7-5 up at the moment.
I even trusted them when they were 11-1 down, so yeah, they're gonna close this up.
Okay, a true fan like that. And you're saying there's not really a favorite team for you? You're kind of just enjoying Valorant?
Yeah, it's my first game, like first VCT game. I just played rank for fun with my friends and this all no Kipper sport.
Who's your favorite agent at the moment?
The moment mix, the new agent. But before it's someone.
Okay, anyone else here played Mix? You guys Mix enjoyers? Well, they seem a little less like that. But do we have any Fnatic fans in the house? Yeah, it feels like Fnatic going to be taking it, whether it's with the audience or with our casters here. We're going to see exactly what's in store for map number 2.
भाई वो नर्वस था बेचारा
fans in the house, just a couple, at least 6 or 7. And 7 rounds on the board for Fnatic. One map to the good already. A chance to close it out here.
Taurus.
Give Vitality a taste of, well, a dish that they're all too familiar with, and I think getting bored of.
क्या बोलते हो फिर? Pistol round 6-7 होगा.
Maybe not necessarily the players on this roster specifically, but I think also if you are Durka,
6-7.
if you are Chronicle, you've now been here and you.
VIT has the best breeze retake win rate in the EMEA this year.
Oh, in a manner that is.
अभी तक तो Fnatic का था.
It's him reading you perfectly. Like it's you basically.
38% है मतलब ज़्यादा है.
अभी Fnatic का 37 था. इसके पहले वाला start यही दिखाया.
Even still, Vitality now come in looking for their first pistol. Sure, they won a second round in the last half, but the pistol rounds have just not been going their way. And if Fnatic get this one and do convert, again, they look to be running away with it.
physics वल्ला पढ़ रहे थे.
हाँ पहले मैं भी वैसे ही पढ़ता था.
Have made their way through many different super teams.
Double LQ ही डालेगा कोई.
All, in fact, I think have faced Fnatic. All have lost to Fnatic, and for them, I suppose, it's always a good metric. Have we actually built the super team this time? Have we actually put the right pieces together? Well, this is as good a barometer as you can possibly find. Getting past Boaster is the final boss of a successful roster.
लैपटॉप लेके जा रहा हूँ, देखते हैं अगर उधर लगा दो. गांव में 120 पिंग.
The final boss.
नहीं गांव में.
Exactly.
It literally is in the name.
Flawless victory after flawless victory. A few maps lost along the way, but.
और हम आ गया डिजाइन बनाइए देखो.
Vitality, they've yet to find the golden fleece to their Jason.
B पे 2-5 दे रहे.
Passive on this B side. They've been sitting back, waiting for someone to make a move, and that move has been made. Boaster has walked up mid, giving him so much space. He's watching for that rotation. Wins the fight versus Dirk, and no support.
Easy. Oh my God! What a side take, baby!
On their way to the site. And you might be looking at a Fnatic coming in with seconds to spare, but
Fnatic.
They managed to just take that space so effortlessly.
No 6-7 babies.
In what Vitality put out. And okay, there's one gap back.
6-7.
At least a pick, but there's so much more needed from Profit. He needs to find all of them.
वो नाम किसी और ने ले लिया था इसलिए वल्ला लिख दिया था. अच्छा वाला लिख दिया था.
Yumpy so soon, but it wasn't that soon. Seconds later, the round's over. 8-5.
It's 2-0, just like the other day. Nah, bro. Fight back.
Indeed, in terms of good starts to a half.
Fnatic versus Fnatic.
Yet to see what happens here, but 2 out of 3.
Yeah.
Because the last one was a little shaky. Go 3-1 down.
Pasha.
ये लड़का खेल रहा है अर्श भाई यार.
Couldn't agree more. Couldn't have said it better myself. Round 14, and this is what could be the biggest challenge.
क्या किधर है? 17. मेरे से मुझे खा गई मीटअप वाले दिन. अरे चिल रहने का भाई. चिल रहने का. सामने वाला भी इंसान रहता है, अपन भी इंसान है. ओए चगावत वेकाज 1 HP पे मारीस.
If 9-5's on the board, the next rifle has all of the pressure on and all the stakes built up towards it.
TL के watch party करने वाले हो नहीं ये watch party करके I'll end the stream. Clutch by करेंगे शायद clutch by की देख लो.
The game, a lot of damage being done though. Vitality have got 2 players low, 4 players in the right place at the right time. Alfie has now been dealt with as well. He was one of the healthier players.
Oh, sayonara! Connecting 2-8 shots.
The ones with low HP.
Winnable, winnable.
Repeat itself here.
Winnable.
Being one of the players standing still on full health.
Oh,
and
so low,
even lower. As if it wasn't dangerous before. He's now a shot to any gun. But they are going to get the plant.
Not yet.
No weapons found, but it might not matter. They look to walk up, only connecting onto one player, so the other's still a relative unknown. That's one of them into Boaster again. The same battle as before, the same fight versus 2 players.
Bro, again.
That have that history together. The swing out doesn't quite connect anything. And the time's
well played
in favor of Boaster. He's just playing games with an opponent, but this time
bro,
comes out on top.
What a save round! Big round.
Halves from Vitality.
Big round.
On top and on his feet as well. This time it goes a different way, and I actually can't believe that they've done it twice in a row. Because we talk about this, the best way to start a half is to lose the pistol and win the second round. The problem is, doing that is usually very...
Good boy, swing me.
Oh no. You know the best part is, Boaster right before he pops in, I'm sorry, right before he goes in for that final fight,
good boy,
towards the left side. He baits that he's wrapping around, then blinds his opponent, deafens him, and runs back around the other way. But Kron is just
वही थोड़ा overcook किया Boaster ने ऐसा लगा.
I don't think that's the worst part. I think the worst part is Chronicle maybe not realizing that Boaster probably enjoys being called good boy. Of all the people on the stage, I think he's going to be okay with it. Did we see him earlier talking to Yuppie?
Oh my god.
Yeah, that was threats. Let me put it this way, threats were made. And, well...
If anything, you've hyped him up.
I think we're all hoping to see that if he backs it up. 8-6 for Fnatic. A 9th round evades them in what should have been, and in almost any other game.
Oh, they're facking.
Would have been a guarantee. There were no guarantees yesterday, I'll tell
you.
No
rotations though from Vitality.
They're left down
they
to
are
the pistols
so
themselves.
bad.
Now making this work would possibly
what a pick!
Crash out on my behalf, but it is the rifle to lead the way.
Bro,
Durka on the high angle.
Hero Vandal macha raha hai na.
Him, and he is sent back.
Yo, Hero Vandal.
Position back up, walled off as well. Pressure on for Durka to deliver.
अरे मार रेलगाड़ी. Trade आ गया है.
For Fnatic on pistols themselves.
Trophy का काम 25. Okay, trade again.
Keeping the advantages in play for the attack side. Chronicle stepping forward. It's only a classic that meets him, but he catches
it.
right click
just before he
falls. But
oh my god, they have done it again.
2 rifles, Alpha and Vekaj to face off against him. It would be
अभी Alpha खड़े रहेगा भाई.
Another big round.
खड़े रहे. भर इसको good boy बोल.
Climbing back.
अरे खड़े रहो यार.
And Fnatic.
अबे यार. Fnatic खड़े नहीं रही यार.
Good boy.
आना यार.
उसको सुनाई भी नहीं आया होगा क्या बोला.
Because you come into this round, I think Alpha is 7 and 11. He goes, no, I'm going to hero a rifle. I'm going to win it for us. And then they just bait for him all the way through. His players swinging to give him opportunities. But even then, he gets tagged down to 5 HP. And from that point on, he doesn't miss a single bullet. That is how good this man's peak is, but the fact is for Vitality, those excuses, maybe in the first map you can go, you lost both pistols. That's a bit of an excuse.
Sure.
In this one, you still lost both pistols, but you won both second rounds, and you still find yourself 9-6 down.
Yeah, first half it very much stands. In a
4-man mid push.
Losing both pistols is literally the reason that you lost. But here... Well,
Chronicle पे hero phantom है अभी और वो दूर है.
Losing pistol, winning second, and now here we are.
What a flash, Yuppie!
Pistols in play for Vitality.
Good flash. They are flooding in.
That's a lesson Fnatic have learned.
Okay. Shit down कर दिया.
Chronicle, a sliver of health left. The man who abandoned.
Alt commit करना पड़ा भाई Booster को. Big round then. Big round. But they have double digit.
No chance, and he has to flee to the A site to have any chance of saving this weapon. Even then, they are hunting him down.
Yeah, they do not want to let him escape with this gun, but Also, you do have to feel like maybe this is a little bit more than just taking the weapon away.
Yeah. Take the man away.
Bad boy. What you gonna do?
Shock dart. He knows where you are now. This is dangerous.
I know, that's the thing.
Like the stream, gang.
This has been a lot of what we've seen.
Mara.
It's very close. A martyrdom shock dart. Vekaj should get the kill in the end anyway. Makes no difference. Gun not kept.
Come back. Come on, Vitality.
आपके हिसाब से peak human कौन होगा जो Valorant खेले?
And one is 3 rounds away from still being around behind.
Good question.
नहीं मतलब कौन सा ऐसा ब्लड ऐसा मतलब एक रशियन और एक कोरियन का ऑफस्प्रिंग
अबे यार
ऐसा
ये क्वेश्चन पूछ रहे थे ना तुम
अरे तो भाई ठीक है जेन्युइन क्वेश्चन है भाई
अरे इंडियन प्लस कौन सा होगा ऐसा पूछो ना तभी तो तुम्हें हेल्प होगी
तुम बताओ
नहीं मैं नहीं बता रहा
हाँ
मैं नहीं बता रहा कुछ
नहीं बता
2-0 be dominant fashion in this map certainly the case we look to Vitality they need to find their second wind and fight back in to this map but for now the mid push denied they're pressed back and the A site's already fallen
This is a tough retake Hunter's Fury, which
Wi-Fi retake, come on. Vitality का retake percentage ज़्यादा है.
Flash going through.
Good flash यार.
Both sides. A little bit of tickle damage done.
Okay, okay.
Eliminated, but the later the round gets, the more.
नुस्ते flash. ये flash गंदा था. But good instant trade. Oh my God. Hacker 3v3 ult है. Good kill Yampi. Oh my God अकेला बचा है. No, he could have ulted. He would have ulted. Oh, dink पड़ा है. भाई ये लोग क्या sharp aimers होते हैं यार. ये लोग क्या sharp. Time. Bro, nah, the aim is like too sharp.
किसने हगा वहाँ पे पता है कोने में कंक्रीट.
कोई हगा नहीं बनता है. अरे वो लोग जो ट्रेड्स ले रहे हैं
ना जो यम्पी मारा उसको किसी ने तो स्प्रे डाउन किया था.
With a sharpened edge with Sayonara on the roster.
कितना?
Coming now up against
देखो 120 हुआ.
Historic
टपली पड़ा यार.
Every piece to be
3 match.
Firing at full force, and at least for now, that seems to be the case. That was a big round, but because of how we got here, it's not going to be an easy follow-up. You've got to the green, but you don't have to tap it in just yet. They got to wrestle past another full buy.
I think the question as well, though, will be if this is another 2-0, can you call it a rivalry?
That's
they've taken the players, but I don't know. There'll be arguments. Fnatic versus Liquid has always been a battle, but this one always goes one way. It is up to Vitality to prove there is something different. I like that we just watched Alfia walk down mid and then take both hands off mouse and keyboard to fix his monitor, but we'll ignore that.
Game sense, mate. He knew they weren't going to peek.
He was in a relatively safe space, but it still looks funny.
On the fly adjustments. And a battle brewing
वाह कर ले और क्रॉन कर ले भाई अरे क्या गार्डन में घूम रहा है
Fury sent through good tag and the follow up doesn't seem to be there they've lost Alpha here
ओ अल्फा को मिड पे मारा है डरका ने
the mid presence gone now the Vitality can fully focus on the side a big fight coming but Turka goes down Shock Dart's the one to trade it out and Fnatic want to walk up press deep towards that left
good
side.
Flash, no!
Only caught by
2v2, good flash, no, 2v1.
Keeps on going.
Yampi अकेला बचा है.
Cutting through this Vitality retake and leaving Yampi in a tough spot. They are just confirming that he's not on the spike, but the re-peek from Boaster is ball!
Oh my God! भाई ये slide बहुत annoying है यार.
The final blow.
Ay.
On the board.
What a
round.
round.
Gave him a chance there.
Vitality को first pick मिला था फिर भी.
Yeah, and it's immediate response. A singular round, same as we saw in the last half, but without the streak that we had from Fnatic. Not able to get these
raids बहुत fast निकल रहे भाई. ये नहीं मरना चाहिए था मालूम प्रोफेक नहीं मरना चाहिए था प्रोफेक अच्छा नहीं खेल रहा है क्या आज बताया इलाइट भाई वो
They're going to take a tactical pause. I think one that's needed.
प्रोफेक्ट के किल कितने पहले मेरे को वो देखने दो भाई
कितने बार खेले अगेंस्ट में दूसरे
गैस
ये बार तो एक ही बार मतलब ये सीजन तो नहीं पिछले सीजन तो मेरे को एक ही याद है
मतलब जब टोटल 2 बार हो गया.
Oh yeah, they've had their hands on the wheel.
Camera.
That's for sure. And it's no surprise.
पार्टी करते हो फिर.
As we said, you know, you talk about the rivalry, and yeah, in terms of substance, in terms of
the
series that we've seen play out, that is a valid
Chat
point. It's not a rivalry for Fnatic. No, there's not much to be
invested
in there other than the man we saw on screen and the men that we've seen on screen the entire game. The fact that Vitality came in and looted their legacy, took 2 huge players for this roster, namesakes, indeed, the most titled and awarded player in Valorant history. That's, I think, what drives that rivalry. That's what makes these battles personal.
Yeah.
But so far for Vitality, they haven't lived up to the rivalry they've created. I agree. This is their chance to show that, and already a better showing, indeed, than what we saw at kickoff. But if it ends 2-0, it's much the same, just a different skin.
Good stun.
Turka without a gun, but
what a shot, Turka! Nice Yampi. Oh, the flash is good. He might get him. Yes, he did. Oh wow, Boaster! Wow. Good kill. Still is 3 with 2.
But with a Viper's Pit,
1200 DPI, 0.30 cents. What's your view on this sense? Oh, that's too high, bro. That's too high.
We've seen that shot connected by
2v1 aa gaya. What a round. Nice.
A quick round, a round that goes in Vitality's favor, looking like
good
Fnatic
round.
tried to just run
even
it
after
down
Booster 2 mara bhai. Crazy. Thank you so much Anurag for the 20 rupees on Google Pay mere bhai.
This is nasty.
ये बहुत crazy shot
they've had success in terms of going deep on mid, and we talked about how the Harbor enables them to do that, so it's no surprise they want to go aggro like that. Worked very well towards those fights in elbow. And this man shows up in the end. 19 and 13.
मेरा 300-800 DPI पे literally उसका 1200 DPI पे 30 है sorry 30.
Well, these rounds have been
आप कल कहाँ जा रहे हो? गाँव जा रहे हो baby?
count out from what we've seen so far. There are still dangers, but I like Vitality's approach. They're not trying to scrap on A main. They don't even want the information. They are sitting, they're not even sitting on site, so far back behind yellow. So they can still spot. They can still destroy some utility, deny information, but they don't want to get overwhelmed here. That's the key to success on the defense.
They almost don't want to post plant, because I was going to say, they've got a couple of Buckies and they have a Viper's Pit. Like, a post plant here would actually be quite scary.
Very good point.
But with Kayak going down, the overdrive disappears. I'll be curious to see if they still go for it. They do. They want to force them into an awkward battle.
All right, chat.
From Prophet.
Low buy में यहाँ पे ult commit किया है. Harbor ult आई है. कोई नहीं reveal होगा उसमें.
Position, but they step out and then step back in.
3 backside already. क्या कर रहा वो
Boaster? He takes the majority of
bro,
damage.
defender ult भी commit कर दिया.
Within this pit, but the Buckies going to become more.
Oh, Vikaj gets one.
Can they do enough? And Alfie is still here. He's still hiding.
Oh, good molly.
That will buy even more time off the clock. Another one.
Oh, निकाल लिए. माँ कसम मेरे को लगा ये कर देंगे कुछ. What's up, Tense Pasha? Thank you for the tanty. Anurag with the 50 rupees on Google Pay. G Pro Super Light 2 with 3 cents. You think I should lower it? 3? 3, like 0.3 भी नहीं, 3.
He loses the fight.
अगर 0.3 है 800 DPI तो अच्छी है. Village किधर है सातारा?
To stop the defuse, his position's given up, and then he has to flee. Otherwise, you are just.
Thank you for the huge 50, yaar, Anurag.
11-9. A damn good try at what was a low buy, a low investment, and sure, one ult put towards it, but it gave them an opportunity. Here's where the real chances are for Fnatic to end this series, or at least to take one more step and be right at the door of a victory of their own. It's going to be wall up towards A as well. They have blocked out all of the players from Vitality, and with Reckoning, I assume to be sent through, but not for now.
Oh, decent spam, but
wow.
Unfortunately it's on
spam किया है open में किला Kron.
Trying to bait them in to go for the fight, and they have done. Chronicle down, Bekaj back. Hunter's Fury also going through. Fnatic are using everything in this round just to try and disrupt. They've only managed to find a singular pick Operator still at the back line, but they've kept that Reckoning and Overdrive available.
Yeah, Hunter's Fury got from the plant, but again, we're running out of
Can be a
ultimates.
GG now.
Still has his to work with. Another great shock dart in from
Oh,
Sayonara.
wait.
And a
No
trade out
GG.
up close. Durka's Operator shotgun pays.
Booster का ult है. Booster ने ult कर दिया. He's blind, but never mind.
With a pick, shock dart sent through
Wow.
again. This
Pull
time
up.
it's on Fnatic's side. They find a pick.
निकाल लिए. How did they win this? Crashes.
12-9 we go.
4K. अब खत्म है. तब तक आओगे गांव से मे भी 14 तारीख को शायद, या मे भी उससे पहले भी, आज पता नहीं.
It's such solid work. I think they used a lot of their ultimates in that round, knowing how important it was to sort of get it over the line. 3 put into play, and one of them right at the very end as well. Like both, I think if it had been slightly earlier, it would have been perfect, but it still made things very, very awkward for those Vitality players looking to try and
सायोनारा
swing.
को डार्ट से बहुत किल मिलती है.
With almost everything expended, but you also have to bear in mind the damage that has done to Vitality's economy. No more Operator for Durka, Yumpy down to a Guardian as well. I'm sure they're definitely slightly better off in terms of ults, but they're the ones looking in the face of another 2-0 defeat. They're the ones under pressure with Profex having to try and just retreat away from the site.
They're falling
But
back.
if you look at the position of the spike,
नाम लिख दिया
there's
उसने
no
उधर.
guarantee this is an A site hit at all.
Wow.
Boaster's the one
Bro,
opening it. That's
Boaster
Durka
open
down as
में
well. What a
confidently
head-to-head to
fight
kick
लिया है.
off what could be the last round. Vitality
डरके को बिठा दिया और वो.
trouble. If this
Bulldog
A-side
से.
hold, if they lose Profex
Crazy.
on the peak and
Oh,
Crashies
GG.
will
GG,
strike
no
from that
chance
corner.
now, bro. No
backup is
chance.
arriving.
Oh, nice
Although
ult.
Crashies falls,
Oh
the
my
numbers,
god!
they don't
Oh
fall unless Chronicle
my...
goes
Shit,
huge.
Chronicle.
A
Oh
three-piece
my
Booster
god, not a
tagged as
GG
well.
yet. No,
And
they are not
Sion
done
the
yet.
one
They are
to
not
drop
done
it.
yet, bro.
It is not over yet. Not unless Alpha's got another big play, but he meets Kron. The battle of the Vipers swings to the defenders, and again, he's on his feet.
We spoke about that last week. He didn't have a great performance, but he wasn't really needed. The rest of the team was there.
तक अंधा था, तभी कोई swing नहीं
always
किया.
done his best work in moments where his team need him the most. This was the moment they needed him the most. Facing up against map point, 2 men down already, and he takes 4 while defending the site, almost completely alone. Sure, Sayonara's there at the end, but he had to do the majority of the work. 12-10, a lifeline, and again a weaker buy, but Fnatic looking to maybe be that little bit more pacey, in fact, very pacey.
Oh yeah, they are blitzing this down. Prophet can't even put any
लो भाई
utility
किए
down
रे
to slow
Fnatic
them.
ने ये माँ कसम.
But instead,
ओ यो 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 डर के मेरा भाई घाई कर दिया. No way, they are throwing this.
With a little tickle up from Crashies, puts us in the advantage for Fnatic. Map and series point on the line, and Sayonara stepping in early into the den of Fnatic, and he'll find one. The stun good, the shot.
Oh wow,
better,
big kills.
And Sayo stands deep
2v2,
into the
2v3.
round. When he falls, he's given them a chance, a spark of hope. But
Good
they need to fan that
flash.
into a
No,
flame, and Alpha is
GGs.
putting them out, snuffing out the light from Vitality's hope. Yumpy, the leader. And he's got Alpha and Crap. He's only got Crashies now to deal with. Hold on. There is still a chance. Needs to get this to half or at least win that fight on the jump. It's all down to Crashies buying time, running the clock lower and landing the final blow. History repeats itself for Fnatic. Never
2-0
to lose
again,
a series
bro.
against Vitality. And Vitality, they took the
2-0
pieces.
them
They took
again
Symbol.
भाई. दोस्तों अगले वॉच पार्टीज कंटिन्यू होंगे नेक्स्ट वीकडे में, क्योंकि ये वीकेंड में गायब हूँ. मैं 3-4 दिन बाहर जा रहा हूँ. वीडियोस आएंगी 2 दिन वीडियोस आएंगी, एंड या तो गेस द रैंक आईआरएल किया था वो भी बाद में ही आएगा दोस्तों. अपना अल्ट F4 का मर्ज भी आने के बाद ही लॉन्च होगा. बैक टू बैक बहुत सारी चीज़ें होंगी, ठीक है. बट इंस्टाग्राम पे फॉलो करके रखना एक्सक्लेमेशन इंस्टा इन द चैट. मैं बस ये देखने आया था ये वाली मैच. क्लच भाई लाइव है, एक्सक्लेमेशन क्लच डालो. क्लच भाई अगला गेम देख रहे हो?
नहीं.
देख लो ना.
तुम देख रहे हो?
नहीं, मैं जा रहा हूँ. देख लो.
जा रहे हो?
हाँ. 1000 लाइक के करीब है भाई।
देखो बे,
देखो ना यार, पब्लिक को देखना है यार किसी के साथ
चलो
तो।
आ जाओ
नहीं बेटा,
खेले नहीं हो
अरे
यार।
नहीं, मुझे नींद भी आ रही है और अभी गाँव जाना है कल सुबह, तो बहुत सारी चीजें करनी है।
ठीक है देख लेता हूँ फिर। देख रहे हो तो
भाई मेरे साथ खेलो ना यार।
1000 लाइक के करीब है दोस्तों, लाइक अ स्ट्रीम।
करते तो बता
सॉरी
दो
मेरे
भाई।
भाई, सॉरी मेरे भाई, आके खेलूंगा यार।
कब आ रहा है वापस?
पता नहीं ब्रो।
ओए क्लच तू कब आ रहा है मेरे घर?
13th।
13th आ रहा है?
हाँ, जा रहे हो क्या कहीं?
16th लगा था। 13th को मम्मी के घर जा रही थी, बट नहीं जाऊंगी, कोई दिक्कत की बात नहीं है।
नहीं, मैं वापसी टाइम भी आ जाऊंगा, कोई दिक्कत की बात नहीं है।
चलो
मतलब अरे पर आपके साथ
13th
हैदराबाद भी जाएंगे ना?
हाँ, तो 13th को क्या कर रहा है फिर?
नहीं, 13th को आ रहा हूँ।
ठीक है, चलो बाय
बाय।
बाय। एक्सक्लेमेशन क्लच उनका देख सकते हो तुम स्ट्रीम। थैंक यू सो मच दोस्तों, आई मिस यू गाइस, आई मिस यू गाइस सो मच। बुरा लग रहा है भाई मेरे को। I'll miss streams. Miss me guys. See you later. Bye bye. Bye. नहीं अबे मुझे बुरा क्यों लग रहा है मालूम क्या, बहुत बैक एंड फोर्थ कामों की वजह से है ना, ये दिन बहुत फास्ट गए बहुत पिछले दिन, एंड बहुत सारे वॉच पार्टीज़ भी मैंने ऑलरेडी मिस किए, एंड स्ट्रीम पे भी बहुत इरेगुलर हो रहा था मैं शूट वगैरह की वजह से, और अभी फिर मेरा एक बड़ा गैप आ रहा है, इसलिए मेरे को बहुत बुरा लग रहा है, बट ठीक है, 4-5 दिन की बात है, ठीक है, आना ज़रूर भाइयों। चलो एक्सक्लेमेशन इंस्टा पे फॉलो करके रखना to keep getting all the updates. Thank you so much for watching. Bye bye. See you guys. मिलते हैं बाद में. Love you all. Bye. अनुराग थैंक यू फॉर द 40 मेरे भाई, आपकी दोस्ती इमॉर्टल है, आप असेंडेंट 1 क्यों हो? क्योंकि मेरी एक बहन है वो टट्टी है। ठीक है चलो बाय।